Hello, my name is Sammy Frankhouse, and I will be guiding you through the logistics of Case 3. To begin, we are dealing with a major car manufacturing company known as General Motors. The company underwent scrutiny in its recent history for its unclear pension contract, which led to a fairly messy legal situation. Former executives of General Motors, including John Middlebrook, Richard Nerod, and Donald Hudler, felt the aftershock of GM's bankruptcy crisis. Their pensions were drastically trimmed down. In fact, all combined pension plans in excess of $100,000 received a hefty cut. In General Motors' executive retirement plan contract, it outlines that for executive retirees who have a combined tax-qualified SRP plus non-qualified benefit in excess of $100,000 shall have their pensions reduced by 2/3. To clarify, General Motors' executive retirement plan consists of two parts: the tax-qualified SRP and the non-qualified benefit ERP. In the case of the contract, if the tax-qualified SRP and the non-qualified benefit ERP are combined to amount to more than $100,000 in annum, the pension contracts are cut down by 2/3. For example, former CEO Rick Wagner's pension was reduced from $20 million to about $8.5 million. Obviously shocked by the initial breach of contract, the pensioners filed a lawsuit against General Motors. It reached the appellate court. However, upon reaching this point in the judicial system, the appeals court stated that the contract was, in fact, clear in its assertion of pension cuts. The three-judge panel voted unanimously in favor of General Motors. General Motors, however, refuses to recognize the legitimacy of the case, as they were acting under the instruction of the Obama administration. The looming question, still, regards the legality of General Motors' actions. To understand, we must look at the recent history of the company. In 2009, after years of competitive decline, General Motors declared bankruptcy. The government stepped in to save the company, spending a total of $50 billion to date. In the agreement to bail out General Motors, the government required the failing company to restructure. GM's smaller brands like Hummer, Saab, Saturn, and Pontiac were liquidated. This reorganization requirement is the identifier for the type of bankruptcy General Motors filed for. Chapter 11 bankruptcy is that which qualifies a company for relief if they restructure to remain solvent and competitive. A key detail of Chapter 11 bankruptcy are executory contracts, which are those that have not yet been completely performed or fulfilled by either party. If a bankruptcy judge deems it's necessary to save a company, they are permitted to reject or rework such contracts on behalf of the company, pensions included. In total, General Motors saved $4.6 billion in its government-mandated reorganization. It is obvious that part of this money saved came from the pensions of former executives, which totals about $221 million. And, while General Motors did breach multiple pension contracts, it is permitted to do so in order to remain functioning with regards to the bankruptcy. The stipulation with executory contracts, however, is that if either supplier or company fulfills their obligations to the contract, it cannot be voided. To serve as an overview, remember that General Motors went bankrupt in 2009 and required heavy governmental support. Former executives lost pension benefits because of the company's reorganization. The appeals court, in which these executives sought to continue their suit over pension cuts, ruled in favor unanimously for the car manufacturing company. General Motors was able to breach these pension contracts as a result of the executory contract concept.
Everything I had before